the wudu is broken. طيب. Also, according to Madhab al-Imam al-Shafi'i, if the person has full wudu and then put the socks, and then we know that he has a concession to wipe over the socks and masah al-khuffayn after that, right? Then later on, if he takes off these two socks and he wants to make another wudu after he took them off, he had a full wudu already after that, and he is using this. We have a time limit for this, which is 24 hours. We can say it like this for the person who is resident. If he is, he can still do the masah within this period. But if he decides after doing this for 2-3 times, but he's still within the limit, he decides to take off the socks. And Imam Shafi'i would say the wudu is still valid, but if he does another wudu, he has to, or right now he should just wash the feet. Many ulama would say no, the wudu is completely invalid, he should start it all over again. But Imam Shafi'i said no, he has all the other parts of the wudu, they were washed completely. Then if you take off the shoes, all you need to do is wash your feet to have your full wudu. So
24-hour period starts from the time you break your wudu, after you put the clothes
from
on?
the time you use the concession, like after breaking the wudu, and you would now start having another wudu while wiping over the socks. Now you start counting. And actually we will not cover this in this book, because this book is very concise. A lot of chapters are not there. One of them is a masah al-khuffayn, wiping over the socks. It's not there. That's why we will not cover.
Okay, if you have one pair of socks, you can wipe it over. If a person has 2 pairs of socks, do you have to wipe over the bottom one and the top? How does that work?
It's enough to wipe over the top of them, but if you wipe over the top and bottom, there is no problem with them. This many arguments say it's no problem, but
to wipe over the top
will be enough. Just the top of it like this. This is the action of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that's mentioned in many hadith and so on. But this is not, again, we're not talking about wiping over the socks. We're talking about the nullifiers of wudu, or things that break the wudu. Do you have any questions so far before we move to the al-ghusl, the shower?
Just one. If you make wudu, like, is it recommend that you make wudu again for the next salah, next farj salah, or you can?
We mentioned this from the wudu al-mustahab, which is like recommended wudu. It's recommended, but not a must. Recommended. You better do another wudu. You get reward for it. You get more reward for it. But if you decide to do it like this, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used most of his time used to have specific wudu for each salah. Although he already has his own wudu, but he used to, and in some not very authentic hadith, he said, wudu'un ala wudu', nurun ala nur. It's like a light over light. You add light over another light, and definitely you will get reward for it. Now we move to the al-ghusl, bab al-ghusl in Arabic, which is translated into full shower, taking full shower. And we talk, by the way, these things are just the rules that we mentioned. We cannot understand why if I touch a lady, I lose my wudu. What is the relation? Why if the person, most of them are not, we cannot recognize them by the intellect, but this is the law. This is the law. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, no, this is 1, 2, 3, this is how you do it. غير معقولة المعنى. طيب. باب الغسل, talking about the shower. Ghusl is to wash something. In Islam, to take a full shower, you should have intention, should have water, pouring water over the entire body while having the intention to do that. And we'll mention the reasons for making the ghusl. We have mujibatul ghusl, the things that make it wajib, things that make ghusl wajib, that you should make ghusl. Let's just have some brainstorming. What are some of the things that would make the person, you should make ghusl, you should have full shower? Just one thing. Raise your hand and mention one thing. Janaba. If the person is junub, janaba can be, we can have many reasons for it. Somebody has intercourse with his wife, ejaculation, either through the intercourse or ihtilam, or they call it wet dream. Yes, Akhi?
Before you go to Jummah?
We're talking about mujibat, things that makes it wajib. Before going to Jum'ah, is wajib according to some ulama. According to Imam Shafi'i, it's not wajib, it's just optional. Better to do it.
Somebody be Christian and be Muslim supposed to be Muslim?
We would mention this also from the recommended things. It's not wajib.
Are you talking about Zohar also?
Men and women, yeah.
if you make a ghusl to that person.
This is also recommended, it's not wajib. Recommended. The things that make things wajib, that makes ghusl wajib. One of them is al-jami'ah, intercourse. Intercourse at all, whether the person ejaculates or not. Just by having intercourse between man and woman, they should have ghusl. Both of them should have shower. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال, he said in the authentic hadith Sahih Muslim, إذا التقى الختانان فقد وجب الغسل. If the two khitanan, private parts, are, they met, or they are, how do you translate it? If the intercourse happened, the ghusl is a must. They should have a ghusl for both men and women. Not just by touching. If the private parts touch one another, it's not enough. We should have, we call it al-ilaj, or the intercourse itself should happen for this. So we have 3 of them. Actually, we have 6 things that will make ghusl wajib. 3 that are interrelated, that are common between men and women. Men and women these things can happen to them. And 3 that are just specific for women. The 3 that are between men and women, the first one of them is what? Al-jami'ah, intercourse between man and woman. This will make the ghusl wajib. Number 2, inzal al-mani. Inzal al-mani, which is the mani is the semen for man. Do we have any specific term for it in the woman? There's also discharge for women. That's from the water or the liquid of the man, which is the semen, and the oval of the woman. Both of them, they get together so that the human being or the pregnancy would happen. Also, the women, by the way, they have this ejaculation, but it might not be visible in the same way like men, but they do have it. They do have it. So if this happened to a man or a woman, which is ejaculation, even without having intercourse, whether they are in this just by while the person is awake, just by looking at something that aroused the person or so, or by thinking about the sex and so on, or any reason for that, any ejaculation, they would cause the person, it would make the ghusl wajib. This is either for men or women. Now we have 2 things so far: intercourse or ejaculation of anything. Intercourse, whether both of them or any of them or ejaculation happens or not. And number 2, inzal al-mani. This is for men and women, which is the ejaculation itself. Number 3, al-maut, death. If the man dies or the woman dies, they should be washed. And we have one exception for this. What is it?
Shaheed.
Shaheed, the martyr. The martyr person, he should not or she should not be washed. They should be just wrapped like this, shrouded like this. No washing for them. Maut, it would make a must, not on the dead person, on the people, to make ghusl for him. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, for the person who died while having ihram, اغسلوه بماء وسدر. Wash him. He ordered them to wash him with water and sidr, this type of perfume that is added to water. He also said, he also ordered the ladies to wash his daughter when she dies. He said, قال اغسلنها ثلاثا, wash her 3 times. He ordered. So if the person dies, it's a must. You have to have ghusl for him, not on him, but for the other people who will make the ghusl. These are the things that are common between men and women. The 3 things to make ghusl, full shower, wajib, between men and women. We have 3 things that is only for women, and they are clear, which is number 1, al-hayd, menstruation, al-hayd. And when is the ghusl wajib for al-hayd? After all the blood is gone. Not 7 days. After the blood is gone completely. After it's gone completely, the woman should have a full shower before she is able to pray, for the husband to have relation with her. By the way, it's not just because the blood is completely gone, the husband can go and have the intercourse with her. No, she should have full shower first, because Allah said, إِذَا تَطَهَّرْنَا فَأْتُوهُنَّ مِنْ حَيْثُ أَمَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ. The verse in Surah Al-Baqarah. And when they تطهرنا, purify themselves, meaning cleaning themselves, taking the full shower, then you approach